Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Creative Podcast. It is your host, Kayla. Today, we are going to be talking about 14 healthy habits that you can work on this fall, that I want to be working on this fall, because I want to make the most of this beautiful season of change and transformation, okay? So, your opening line for this episode is, maybe you're not hot girl, maybe you're just hot mess. And that is a quote from Hannah Marlene from the Smoke Sesh podcast. I freaking love her podcast. She's so real. She's so open. She just lets it all hang out, okay? And she answers some really good questions from her listeners on there. So I 100% recommend that you go check out that podcast. You don't have to smoke to listen to it, okay? It's a really good listen. But anyways, exciting news. We hit 600 plays. Hello. Thank you so much for listening and sharing with your friends as always. And I'm really looking forward to growing this little space of ours on the internet. And then a little bit more about me. I also do TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, the whole nine, okay? And all of that is linked in the description below, as always. So let's get into setting the scene, highs and lows of the week, and the episode itself. So to set the scene for today, things that I've been up to today, things that I plan on getting up to, things going on right now, obviously in the present moment. I got up kind of early this morning because I had a doctor's appointment that went well. The doctor is the doctor, bada bing, bada boom. I came back home and made my signature strawberry pineapple smoothie, topped it with granola. I call it my signature because it's literally just strawberry pineapples, and then I put emergency packets in there. If you don't know what emergency is, it's like a little powdered vitamin supplement type of thing. Anyways, it makes me feel really good. I think it's really good for me. I think it boosts my immune system, and gosh dang it, we need it nowadays with all these viruses and monkeypox, and yeah, so I like to throw that into my smoothie as well, and it tastes really freaking good. So I had that smoothie bowl, and then along with it, because I knew that was not going to fill me up, I had a little side salad with some dried cranberries and balsamic vinaigrette dressing on top, okay? She was feeling like she was in a healthy mood. You know, I don't eat like that normally throughout the week. I can tell you I had McDonald's maybe 3 times this week, pizza twice, you know, but we have to balance it a little bit. I can't just eat bad every single day. So today I decided to invest in my health a little bit. Right now, I'm sitting in my room. It is, what time is it? 1:38 p.m., so my siblings are not home yet, thank God, or y'all would have heard them. I have my emotional support water bottle right here. If you're watching the visual, then you can see what that looks like. The visual is always on YouTube, by the way. I'm going to start posting them more consistently on there because I think I should. I don't know. What else? I am burning the last of my summer candle, which is the strawberry daiquiri scent from Bath & Body Works. Of course, they're probably not selling it anymore because it was a summer scent, I'm pretty sure. But maybe you can find it online, or maybe you can get it next year. Anyways, it smells really freaking good. I'm kind of sad that I'm finishing it, but also really excited to start maybe shopping around for some fall scents. You know, I am running low on my fall candle. I thought I had a lot more left of it from last year, but we're almost to the wick, so I might need a new fall candle. If you have any recommendations, hit me up on Instagram and let me know, because I am looking for my fall scent. What else is going on? Oh, later today, I am going to my college, FIU. I'm going on campus for a event that the Black Student Union is having. If you don't know, I think I mentioned this a couple episodes ago. I'm on the marketing and promotions committee for the Black Student Union. It doesn't mean that I have to be at every single event, but I definitely want to be at this event because it's like one of the trademark, like, kickoffs for the Black Student Union. Like, this is it's called the State of the Union dinner, basically. So they put out all their intentions and plans for this school year and this semester in particular. So I really want to be there to help out, get some good content for them, help clean up later on. And I think my friend is going to show up too, Erica. If you watch my vlogs or have listened to some past episodes, Erica. Yeah, I think she's gonna drop by too, so I'm really excited to get all dressed up, to get all cute. I already have my outfit picked out, okay? And of course, I'm gonna post it on Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram already, it's at kcreates, CAYCR8S. But, yeah, I'm pumped. I'm excited to meet some fellow BSU members. I haven't really met everybody in person yet. Just show my face, show them who I am type of thing, make connections, make friends eventually, because I will be working with them throughout this school year on different things. So that should be fun. That should be exciting. I am a little bit nervous, of course, because going into any social situation, I am nervous. That's just past instances of social anxiety speaking, and I rebuke them. Okay, we are not inviting that energy in. I know that I'm going to have a good time. I'm not going to fret too much, I know I'm going to look cute, okay? And if I look cute, then I'm ready to go. As long as I feel like I look cute, I know I'm set. I know I'm fine. So, yeah, that is setting the scene for today. Let's get into the highs and lows. The highs are... You know what I just realized? I have not been doing my goals of the week. That's crazy. I did not include that in the last episode. Well, maybe I'll come up with something at the end of this. Can't believe I completely forgot that. Love that for me. Okay, anyways, highs of the week are... School has started. I am so happy to be on campus this semester. I have one class on campus, but that's literally all I need. Like, I don't need anything more than that, because it would just probably stress me out. I started school on Monday. Today's Friday, by the way. So I started school at the beginning of the week. I made a vlog of it, of course. I made a vlog of my first day of school. It will be up on Sunday on my YouTube channel, which is also K Creates, linked below. Sorry I'm doing so much plugs, but I'm just mentioning these things, and as they're coming up, I'm plugging them. Anywho, yeah, so I did a vlog of that, and it was a really good day. I made a friend. I explained a little bit more in the vlog, but I'm super excited to keep going back to school. Like, 1 day a week is literally all I need. I don't know how people can go to school 3, 4, 5 days a week, especially if you're commuting, because I live like an hour away from campus, so that 2 hours back and forth, like, it's not cute. It's not fun. So I'm glad I don't have to do that more than once a week. That's it for me. That's a wrap. If I live closer to campus, maybe I'd be fine with going to school more than 1 day, but all the rest of my days, classes are online. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm comfortable with that. And I feel like the class that I do have on campus is going to be super easy. I've taken a class like that before. It's like a nutrition lab. If you're in college and you've ever taken a lab, then you know what I'm talking about. If you're not and you're in high school and you've done like little science experiments, it's basically that, just wrapped up in a class for an entire semester. Little science experiments, you write down stuff, you do lab reports, that type of thing. I'm not too concerned about it, and I am usually concerned about science and math, but this doesn't seem too crazy, so I'm looking forward to it. And the rest of my classes seem simple enough. They're online, I just need to put in the work and make sure that I stay on top of my stuff, which we're going to discuss a little bit later in this episode. Definitely getting hyped for fall. I am planning out my fall content. If you're looking at the visual, you see I have some fall decor already up in my room. A little pillow from Target. My little thing. What is this? A pink pumpkin from last year. Got some fall foliage up here in the corner with a little ghost bag. I don't know. I tried my best, honestly. Oh, and my leaf lights, of course. Like the highlight of my fall decor. Yeah, I'm super freaking excited for fall. I've already got my Pinterest board all decked out, ready to go. I feel like the only things I really need to do is like go through my clothes and clean them out, and then redecorate like my laptop, my phone, and my iPad for fall. I really want it to be like super cute and aesthetic and like cozy looking, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm ready. I'm into it. I'm already posting fall stuff on Pinterest and TikTok, so it's go time. I'm ready to go. The only thing I haven't done is started watching fall movies, and I feel like it's just a little too early for that. There aren't that many fall movies that I like, so I don't want to exhaust my options before the season really gets started, you know? But all of my preparation has begun. Lastly, for my highs, and strangely enough, this is a high, I am taking a break from therapy. I know that I've mentioned on here a few different times that I had a therapist, but my therapist kind of recommended that I took a break, you know, that I tried to take the reins on my life and, you know, work through some issues on my own, and whatever we haven't completely worked through, you know, continue to, I don't know, like, build my confidence in those areas. So, yeah, it's bittersweet. I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna miss having someone there for me every week to just, like, listen to my emotional and stress-filled outbreaks and stuff. But I know it'll be good and it'll be healthy for me to try and work through some of my emotions on my own, work through some of my stressors on my own. And she's pretty much given me most of the tools I needed and most of, like, the techniques and coping mechanisms I needed to, like, work through my everyday life. You know, life gets tough, life gets hard, and we're not always best equipped in a way for all of the situations that life hits us with. So having therapy has really, really helped me. If you are thinking of starting therapy, I 100% recommend it. But I will be taking a break from that. Very, very bittersweet. Very bittersweet. So, on to the lows. This is a pretty low. Usually with my lows, it's very, like, internal things that are going on in my head, things that I'm worrying about, things that are stressing me out, or things that have me kind of down, you know. But this is an external event, and my life does not usually get this eventful. But I got into a car accident last weekend. It was probably one of the most stressful experiences of my life. However, I did not feel all that stressed. Like, not once did I feel like breaking down crying. Not once did I feel like I was having a panic attack or anything like that in the moment. Like, dealing with the situation itself, I didn't feel like any of those things. So that was really good. I was able to keep my cool, keep my calm, work through whatever I needed to work through. Thankfully, the passenger and the driver in the other vehicle were pretty okay. I was okay. You know, I had a little bruise on my leg that still kind of bugs me every now and again, but it's nothing crazy. I got an x-ray and everything, and nothing's broken. So yeah, but the saddest part is my first car, Jorge, as y'all know, is down for the count. Jorge is down for the count. Yeah, it's real sad. On Saturday night, Saturday is when I got into the car accident. On Saturday night, like, I was just feeling so many different emotions, and, like, rightfully so. A car accident is not an easy experience to get through. I felt, one, extremely bad for, like, I don't know, just burdening my family and, like, my friends with just the fact that I got into a car accident, you know. Like, I felt like a burden, and, like, they have to, like, help me through this process and, like, help me get through this situation to, like, get a new car or get my car fixed. And it was just that hit me, and then I felt like a little bit of the loss of independence, because I love just hopping in my car and going to the beach, or going to the store, or going thrifting, or going to Dunkin'. I love just like the independence and the freedom that I get with that, and like just being able to pick up whoever I want to pick up whenever I want to pick them up, and we just go. But yeah, I felt bad about that. And then on top of everything, I just like, I miss my car. Like, y'all know, like, I loved my car. Jorge was everything to me. Jorge had a whole personality, okay? Like, I just loved my car. I loved the size of my car. I loved all of the little compartments that my car had that I could put my stuff in and organize all cute, and just like, everything about it was just like super, super cute, and super just perfect for me, and perfect for my size and everything. 'Cause I'm kind of short. If y'all don't know, I'm 5 foot. So it felt very comfortable for me to drive and everything. And I was very happy with it being my first car, but I think I may be moving on from Jorge and purchasing a new vehicle, which is a low and a high. I'm blessed enough to have the provisions to be able to purchase a new vehicle right now, but at the same time, I'm definitely going to miss him, and I'm definitely going to miss all the little memories that we made together, because boy, did me and Jorge have some times together, okay? We had some times, me and that boy, ooh. But yeah, Jorge will always live in my memory. I will be hosting a funeral for him with my friends, a little tribute, because he's already gone pretty much. He's not even at my house anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, that's enough of me running my mouth about my car accident. I'm okay, thankfully. The other people are okay. Everything has been covered by insurances and stuff. This is why it's very good to have insurance. It's illegal not to have insurance in Florida, but if you live in a different state and you don't have to have insurance, I 100% recommend that you get car insurance, because it will save your life, okay? It will literally save your butt. You don't have to do nothing. Pretty much the insurance company does everything for you. So, yeah. That is the end of my highs and lows for the week. So let's get into the 14 healthy habits to work on this fall. We're skipping the goals for this week because I didn't write down any goals ahead of time, but I got y'all next time I speak to you. So, starting off kind of slow, one of the first healthy habits I want to get into this season is reading more books. I was listening to a ton of audiobooks in the springtime when I was at work. It was kind of just like a little pastime for me, and I was really into them and I was really enjoying them. But then I kind of started to put pressure on myself to read more and to get physical books and to, go the full distance with the whole reading thing. And then it just kind of fell off, which is so disappointing. But I want to finish the books that I bought to finish during the summer that I did not read. I want to finish those, and I also want to get into some new audiobooks or something like that. So if you have any recommendations for physical books, audiobooks, hit me up in my DMs, or I might leave a little question on the Spotify question thingy that you can respond to if you're listening on Spotify. And I really want to get into like mystery or little spooky books or something like that. Not anything too crazy, not anything too paranormal. Please go scare me. But like anything that's like, I don't know, thriller, I guess, would be really cool to read during fall nights, when it's all rainy and I'm cozy with my little candle lit. I feel like that's a vibe. So yeah, more reading this fall. Next thing is I want to put more time into studying and homework. I feel like these past 2 years of college, I haven't really had to put much time into studying and homework just because I feel like my classes weren't really that challenging. And I don't know, it wasn't like a big deal for me. I was kind of just breezing along, not really putting too much thought into it type of thing. But I really want to have like a nice schedule for myself, because I know that my classes, at least the curriculum in them, are a little bit thicker, are a little bit more challenging this semester because I'm at a new school. So I really want to like take the time to actually study and actually do my homework. Not that I didn't do my homework before, it's just I never really like made a specific time for myself to do it. I kind of just did it whenever I felt like it throughout the week. But I really want to like get a little bit more structured with school, just so I stay on top of it, and just so I keep my grades up, because if I don't keep my grades up, then I don't get my financial aid, and if I don't get my financial aid, then I'm not getting this degree loan free, and we need this degree loan free. Okay, that's one of my main goals, is to get through college without having to take out not one student loan. So yeah, more time into studying and homework, and I want to romanticize that a little bit. You know, go to a little coffee shop every now and again to do homework or something. I feel like I don't do those things. I just sit in my room and I breeze through it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. But I really want to take my time with it. I want to move my body more. I feel like I've been limiting myself a little bit with the whole exercising thing, because most people are just like, oh, when I work out, I just go to the gym, or I do a couple of reps of this thing at home, or I do like a YouTube workout or whatever. But none of those things have really like drawn me in. I'm not very attracted to going to the gym. Like, it's not my vibe. It's really not my vibe. I don't like the ambiance of most gyms. I don't like the smell. I don't like having to touch the equipment because I'm kind of a germaphobe. Okay, it's the OCD jumping out. I also find it slightly embarrassing to work out in front of other people. It's really weird. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird experience for me. So I want to get more into things that I like, that also simultaneously are like working my body in a way. For instance, swimming is a great workout. Just doing some laps in the pool, you know, swimming around. I feel like that would be really nice to do more of this fall. Being that I live in South Florida, I don't really have to worry about it getting too cold. I mean, some evenings it might, but most likely not. What else? Yoga. I already have started to get into yoga a little bit, but I really want to practice it more, and maybe find some like unique yoga tutorials and stuff online, or maybe even go to a yoga class. That was on my bucket list for the summer, but it can also be pushed to my bucket list for the fall. I think a yoga class would be really fun. Or maybe a virtual yoga class, like something where it's not necessarily me determining when and where I'm doing it, but maybe like someone else has, you know, a class set up. I join at a certain time on a certain day of the week type of thing. Just to give me a little bit more structure around yoga, because I definitely don't just like gravitate towards it, but I like it. It makes me feel very calm and relaxed, and it does stretch my muscles really well. Lastly, for moving my body more, I definitely want to go ice skating more, which could grow to be a little bit expensive, but like I really enjoy ice skating. The last time I went ice skating was a couple of weeks ago, and honestly, I had so much freaking fun. It was like, oh my gosh, I just wanted to keep going and keep going and keep going. And usually, like, the first few times I've gone ice skating, I would just be super exhausted and, like, not into it. But now, I want to be Ice Princess. If you've seen that original Disney movie, then you know. Ice Princess, she be doing the flips and the triple lux, quadruple, you know, quintuple. Okay, I want to do that. I want to be a figure skater. I feel like I'm young enough, you know, my body isn't completely old and broken down yet, and I can put a little bit more time into ice skating. I could even take a couple of lessons if I want to, if I want to, like, invest in it that much. But for now, I'm just going to try and keep going as often as I can. You know, maybe if I've gone pretty often throughout the fall, I will ask for some new ice skates of my own for Christmas. Okay, so then I can just throw on my skates and go, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, ice skating. Definitely want to get more into that. I think it's a great way to move my body. I think it's an excellent workout, and I freaking enjoy it. So, yes. Next, I want to make myself more home-cooked meals. I feel like especially during fall, it's such a nice time to have like a nice warm soup or like a shepherd's pie or something like that. Like I want to make myself more like homey cooked meals. I feel like I've done pretty well over the spring and summer with exploring healthy recipes and stuff like that, but I also want to explore like those hearty home cooked meals, because I want to get really good at cooking. I know one day I'm going to be a mom and I'm going to have a family, so it's like I kind of want to set myself up in a way to be able to like cook well for my kids and my husband and my whole, you know what I'm saying, okay? So I'm trying to practice those skills now, okay? It's me pretending to be a 50s housewife, essentially. But I don't care, okay? That might be setting back feminism by a few years, but so be it. I enjoy cooking to an extent. It's just I don't have that much confidence built up in it, so I want to build my confidence in it. And I also just want to like serve myself some good meals every once in a while that aren't like a salad or quinoa, something hearty, something thick, something American. Gosh, why did I just say that? I'm stereotyping us Americans even more. Okay, moving on. Asking for help when I need it. I have always had this thing about asking for help. I just don't want to ask for help from anyone, ever. I don't want to inconvenience anyone. I don't want to burden anyone. I don't want anyone to feel like they're obligated to help me in any way. I don't want anyone to feel bad or like guilt tripped into helping me with certain situations and things like that. Like even people who are supposed to help me, like my mom and my grandma and like my siblings, like people that you're supposed to depend on in certain parts of your life and your support system, like your friends, your partner. It's just, I don't know. I've always struggled with asking for help, and being okay with asking for help. Even when I do ask for help, I always feel extremely bad about it. So I want to start learning how to do that, start learning how to delegate certain things to other people, especially when they offer and they say that they're here for me, not just like, be like, okay, thanks, but actually take them up on their offer and actually, take some of the stress of life off of myself sometimes, because I know that I do that plenty for other people all the freaking time, and that I also deserve that treatment sometimes. And I need to be more okay with that. So, yeah, asking for help more. Next, I want to learn how to not... Okay, I've already kind of learned this, but I want to continue not being so hard on myself and punishing myself. I feel like, if I ever feel guilty about a situation or a mistake that I made, or, I don't know, just anything in general, if I ever feel guilty about something and I'm involved, I instantly start beating myself up about it and punishing myself in a way and saying, oh, well, I'm going to take this away from you because this is and you like made this decision and it was an awful choice and like now you can't have this. And I noticed that I will express some of my punishments to other people, not realizing that it's me punishing myself, and they'll be like, Kayla, like it's not that big of a deal, like it's okay, you don't have to do that, like you can still do that. You can still, like, go ahead about your life. Like, you don't have to punish yourself and stop yourself from doing certain things and making certain decisions just because you made one little mistake. And I feel like I've been doing that for pretty much all my life. Like, if I make any mistake, I'll be like, okay, no ice cream for you. Like, that's it. Like, no, don't do that. Like, you don't have to do that. And that's really something important that I realized over this summer, and I really want to keep working on being a lot kinder to myself and letting myself make mistakes and letting myself learn from them, most importantly, but not punishing myself. Learning from a mistake and punishing yourself for your mistakes are two separate things that I didn't realize. I thought that in order to learn from a mistake, you have to punish yourself for it, but That's not entirely true. You don't have to punish yourself. You can learn from it and do better the next time, but you don't have to go through that period of punishment and beating yourself up. So, yeah. Next thing is I want to continue to be honest with myself and others. This year, I've definitely worked very hard on learning to be more honest with myself about how I feel and what I'm thinking, good or bad. You know, sometimes I could be a little villain, okay? I know I seem like a nice girl, but I have some villainous thoughts, and that's okay. We all do. Like, sometimes, you know, I could be going through it. I could really be having a hard time, and lying to myself about how I'm going through it and having a hard time isn't going to help me get through it. You know what I mean? It's not going to bring me to a better place. I feel like, me personally, if I'm lying to myself, I kind of just get stuck in this endless loop and cycle of, it's going to be fine, it's going to be okay, but this really sucks right now, but I don't want to acknowledge that it sucks right now, type of thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people do that. A lot of people are honest with themselves about how they feel, and they don't allow themselves to be honest with themselves, and they don't talk themselves through things. But it's okay to, like, have villainous thoughts. It's okay to have villainous feelings. It's okay to, I don't know, feel negatively about things and not always be so positive and happy-go-lucky and always be so supportive of everyone and even yourself all the time. Like, it's not easy to do that, and you shouldn't expect for yourself to do that. Like, that expectation is just way too freaking high in my book. So yeah, I just want to continue to be honest with myself and others. Like, I want to continue to be honest with myself so then I can be honest with others. I feel like if you're not honest with yourself about what's going on with you internally, you can't really express that to other people. And if you can't really express that to other people, then how are people going to know what's going on with you and how to best support you and how to be a positive person in your life if you're not telling them what's going on, you know? So yeah, I think that's super, super important. Just staying honest with yourself, listening to your worst thoughts and saying, okay, where is this coming from? You know, how can we deal with this? How can we move on from this, instead of shooing it away and being like, no, I don't think that way. I'm such a good person. I could never think that way. No, you could. Okay. The best people have the worst thoughts sometimes. So let it happen and work through it and find out where it's coming from. 100%. That's some good advice, girl. Pat myself on the back. Next, I want to put more intention into my manifestations. I feel like I have been manifesting, but not as much as I was at the beginning of the year. I feel like everyone kind of does that. You know, we start off and we're like, I'm manifesting that this year is going to be the best year and this is going to happen and I'm going to get this house and this car and blah, blah, blah. You know, we go through all of that little stuff at the beginning of the year with our cute little mood boards and stuff. But we kind of fall off mid-year, close to the end of the year. It's like, okay, what manifestations am I going to make for next year? But meanwhile, you haven't made sure that what you were manifesting at the beginning of the year has even happened. You know what I'm saying? So I've been talking to myself about that lately. I've been looking at my vision board for probably the past 2 months and saying to myself, there are some things on this vision board that I am no longer aligning with and that I need to probably take off and replace with things that are more in line with who I am now as a person, because I have changed a lot since January. The things that I want for my life have changed. The things that I thought I wanted, I don't want anymore. So yeah, I really want to get more intentional about my manifestations. I want to redo my vision board for the rest of this year so I can really make some good goals and fall in line with them. And I want to start manifesting more around like new moons, full moons, things like that. I've kind of been getting into like the moon cycles and stuff. And I've been like, I don't know if it's just me feeling it because I notice the moon cycles more often, or if I'm feeling it because it actually makes a difference in my life. But nevertheless, okay, I'm paying more attention to these things. I am still a spiritual type of Christian. I'm not religious, but I'm more on the spiritual side of Christianity. So I do believe in the moon phases and things like that, kind of having a connection with our bodies and our minds and our spirits, because it's a part of the earth that God created. That's just how I think. You may have your different opinions and things like that, different beliefs, but yeah, that's how I want to be more intentional about my manifestations this fall. And I feel like fall is a great time to kind of kick it more into high gear and be like, okay, what have I accomplished this year, and what do I still want to accomplish for the rest of the year? Because the year is not over yet. Just because it's later on in the year doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean that you can't still accomplish great things. So yeah. Next, I want to work on building myself up and nursing my insecurities into strengths. The other day, it was brought to my attention that I may be a bit insecure. And it was brought to my attention by someone who I have been very vulnerable with lately. Emotionally, just mentally vulnerable. Like, I just share what I feel. I ask the questions I feel like I need to ask that come to my head, without any guards or like limitations. But of course, being vulnerable with a person opens you up to some constructive criticism and some, opinions of others. And usually I would run from being vulnerable with people because I didn't want people to judge me, and I didn't want people to, see me as like a villain or a bad person or someone who's like weak, just because I have like certain things that aren't necessarily strengths that I need to work on. But everyone has insecurities. Everyone has areas where they feel like they're not the most confident in, I realized. And so instead of like beating myself up about it and getting super down on myself, like, oh shoot, this person has noticed my insecurities, like maybe they think I'm a weak person. Maybe they don't think I'm like as strong and as cool and as independent and motivated as they did before because they've noticed these insecurities. But that's not the case. Like, I have to allow myself to be human. I have to allow myself to feel insecure sometimes and to work on those insecurities and build them into strengths. So I really want to do that this fall. I want to pay more attention to what makes me feel insecure, the areas where I feel like I'm not as confident and I could be more confident, and what makes me feel more secure and what makes me feel more confident, and how I could just be there for myself in those moments instead of kind of relying too much on other people to fulfill those needs for me. And y'all know I never like to rely too much on other people for things, okay? I like to be independent, Miss Independent, but to a point. Like I said, I should also ask for help and lean on my support system, but I also should continue to work on those things that make me insecure internally on my own. So yeah. Next, I feel like I finish every point with so yeah. I'm sorry. Count how many times I've said so yes so far in this freaking podcast. It's fine. I want to continue to keep my spaces tidy and organized. I feel like I have been doing this so well throughout the year. Of course, I have my moments where, my room's a mess and things aren't organized, but for the most part, I have come such a long way. Like, I would just let things pile up for months and months and months and get halfway through the year and be like, oh my gosh, my room's a mess, and I didn't even realize it type of thing. But now I've kind of gotten myself into a routine where I like to just kind of seasonally clean things out, seasonally get rid of things, make new room for whatever else I could bring into my life, Not entirely searching for new things to bring into my life all the time, but y'all know I like to shop, okay? I like getting new clothes from the thrift store every now and again. So as I get new things, I try and push other things that I don't necessarily need out. And the same thing for my digital spaces. I like to keep my iPad kind of like updated with inspiration for the season from Pinterest, or like different widgets that I might need for school or for work, just whatever I might be doing. Just to keep my life organized, and so I feel comfortable in whatever space I'm in to do whatever it is that I need to do, you know? Setting up like focuses for work and for school has really helped me a lot. So then I have easy access to whatever websites and apps that I need to get stuff done, or like making sure that I keep my little section behind me, my little shelf section behind me organized in the way that best serves me. Like sometimes I need a ton of Tupperware containers and plasticware and stuff like that, which I usually keep back here in my room for work and for taking lunches to go. But now I don't feel like I need that as much, so I kind of clean that stuff out and have started putting out some more of my like at-home dishware, because I know I'll probably be at home doing schoolwork and stuff like that most of the time this semester. Same thing for my books, you know, kind of switching them out to like the agendas and journals and notebooks that I will probably be using most this semester. Things like that. I just want to continue to keep that up, like keep tidying around me, keep removing things and putting new things in that will best serve me, and I don't know, just make life easier for me at the end of the day. Next, I want to continue to set up and implement healthy boundaries for myself between school, work, and relationships. I feel like I've done pretty well at this. Sometimes, you know, you can't balance everything. Like, I've learned that not everything in life you'll be able to work into this perfect balance of like equilibrium. As a Libra, I feel like everything needs to be balanced. Everything needs to be equal, yin yang, you know, half and half. But that's not realistic. Not everything's going to be a balance. Sometimes I am going to put more effort into my work. Sometimes I am going to put more effort into my relationships. Sometimes I am going to put more effort into school than the other areas of my life. But that doesn't mean that I don't need boundaries. Boundaries are like the main thing for me now. I'm not so much focused on balancing things, but just keeping those boundaries that I know are good for myself, for my mental well-being, for my emotional well-being, and for the well-being of others around me. So next, I'm not going to say so yeah again, even though I just said it. I want to read my Bible more. I have definitely read my Bible more this year, but going into fall, I want to read it even more. There was a time during the spring where I would literally like listen to a chapter of the Bible every single morning before work, and I loved doing that. I don't know, it just made me feel like a lot more connected to God and to his word, and like kind of just set me up for my day. And I want to do that again. I want to start listening to at least one chapter of the Bible a day, or sitting down and reading it. And of course praying more and asking God for guidance in my life and for his word to really like speak to me and help order my steps and put me on the right path. So yeah, I want to get into that more. I want to take myself on more solo dates. I feel like I was doing this constantly during the spring. This is when I kind of started getting more into eating and trying new restaurants. And I kicked off like my SoFlo Eat series and more of my eating videos on Instagram Reels. And I don't know, just that bit of self-discovery really like, I feel like that really put me on the right path. Just taking myself out to places that I was genuinely interested in going to and trying out, and just like sharing that with you guys on the internet. I feel like that was probably the most genuine I have ever been with myself. Like, and it has helped me grow so tremendously this year. So I want to keep doing that. I want to keep taking myself out, treating myself, you know, showering this girl with love because she deserves it, okay? Okay, next. I want to make time to reflect on my mental and emotional state. Being that I'm not going to be doing therapy every week anymore, my therapist recommended to me, when I expressed how I was a little bit concerned about ending therapy, she recommended that I still set up a time throughout the week or throughout the month or whenever I feel like I need it, to just sit down and have like an hour of just maybe journaling or something like that, where I get to sit down and reflect on how I've been feeling and some of the thoughts that I've been having and some of the things that have been stressors to me and some of the things that have been motivators or like relaxers, if that's a word, to me. So yeah, I really want to start sitting down and kind of like scheduling that out a little bit more, because I know as I get busy, especially throughout the semester when I'm in school and when I start working, I just kind of neglect myself. And then a month later, I'm like, oh shoot, I've been kind of down in the dumps and I've been getting less and less motivated to do things. And I didn't realize I didn't check in on myself for a month. So I really don't want that to happen. I'm trying to avoid burnout as much as possible because I haven't really felt it in a minute, since I quit my job. But yeah, I really want to be there for myself and just make sure I'm checking that off the box. What am I saying? Child, it's time to end this episode. I am stumbling over my words too much. I want to check that off the to-do list. Lastly, I want to create beautiful ambiances for myself. I realize that I'm definitely an ambiance person. I didn't realize this before. I love some jazzy music. You know what I'm saying? I love some bossa nova. I love a good light setting. I love to have nice smells, nice scents. I love for things to be pretty around me. I am an ambiance girl. And for a while, I denied it. I'm like, I don't have time for ambiance. Whatever. No. Ambiance means so much more to me than I thought it did. I thought that it was just something that was nice to have, but I could do without. But I'm coming to realize I cannot do without a good ambiance. I can't. And I've started to notice what ambiances I like better, what environments I like for myself to be in, what environments I feel more relaxed in, what environments make me happier and just make my mood just good. I am an ambiance girl. I bought a light bulb for my room the other day. One, because my light bulbs just kept going out. I literally went through like 3 light bulbs and they just all blew on me and it was really disappointing, but whatever. So I went and bought a new pack of light bulbs. And when I was looking for the light bulbs, I'm like, okay, I can get the super cheap ones that are just like white and, you know, your plain Jane light bulb. Or I can invest in my ambiance and get this light bulb that is connected to the Wi-Fi, that goes through like a range of different colors. You can set it to different color modes. It's like an LED light, just a singular light bulb. It's so freaking cool. It's one of the best investments I made this year. 2 of them were $25, so they were kind of expensive, but I 100% recommend it. If you are an ambiance girl like me, I recommend this light bulb. You can do it. You can do any color you want, any color of the freaking rainbow. You can make certain adjustments to it, like making it brighter or making it duller. You can have different color settings. You can like make different light shows and stuff. Oh, it's so freaking cool, and I'm so excited to play around with it. You can also schedule it to come on and turn off certain times of day, or like change settings and stuff certain times of day. It's just so freaking cool. I'm not going to go on and on about the freaking light bulb, but you get my gist. I want to continue to invest in beautiful ambiances. I want to create a beautiful ambiance for myself in my room. I want to discover new places with beautiful ambiances that I'd like to delve into a little bit more. I've been thinking about going to different like hotels and just going to their little cafes or restaurants in the hotels. Like, these are fancier hotels, you know, just walking in and eating at the cafe and getting some work done. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sounds amazing. That sounds so freaking nice. Like, it feels like a movie type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just, I need to submerge myself into places with beautiful ambiances every once in a while, at least, just to continue to, like, I don't know, keep exposing myself to new things. So then my ideas can stay fresh and my creativity can stay fresh. And I don't feel like I'm having, like, a lapse in my life and I'm just going through my days and everything's the same and it's all boring. I need spruce. I need ambiance. I need change. I need differences. I am that person. I'm very extra. I need all of those things. And you know what? I'm tired of denying myself those things because people think that it's shallow or it's stupid or it's, I don't know, a waste of time and money to invest into things like that. I don't freaking care, okay? I like to be extra. I like my ambiances. I like my candles and my smells. I like my sparkles and my pinks and my jazzy bossa nova music. And that's it. That's the end of my TED Talk. That's the end of my rant. Those are the 14 healthy habits that I will be attempting to work on this fall. You all can keep me accountable for these habits and working on them. And let me know what habits you might want to be working on in my DMs on Instagram at Creative Podcast. But yeah, that is the end of this episode. I am thirsty. I need to take several gulps of this water, post this, and start getting dressed for the State of the Union tonight because I am trying to look good, okay? I'm trying to beat my face and everything, and y'all know I don't wear makeup like that. So, as always, don't be a stranger. Follow me on my other socials, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Don't know why I just skipped the word in. I will see you guys in 2 weeks for my next episode. Also, don't forget to leave me some suggestions in my DMs or just comment it on my next Instagram post for different episode ideas that you might want to hear. I'd love to hear from you all if you want to talk. If you're shy and you don't want to talk to me and stuff like that and you're avoiding me and I'm kidding. But, you know, if you don't want to talk, then that's fine. But I would love episode suggestions or anything like that, or answering your questions over on the podcast Instagram, which is always linked below. So, I will talk to you all later. Again, don't be a stranger, even though I said that already. Okay, now I'm just repeating myself and going in circles. Bye!